All right, we got the transmission in and we put the fluid in it and filled her up. You know, takes a minute to fill these things up with all that transmission fluid. And it was a bust. Some was tinging inside that transmission. Ting, 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 ting. It would go into reverse just fine. It would back up a little bit, you know, I backed it up, and then when I go to put it in drive, it started lunging, clunk, 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 clunk. I said, no, 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 no. So I just went, I was just right there, and then I just rolled it right back into here, shut it down, got really upset about it, and I thought, well, don't get upset, just fix it, find out what you did wrong, dum-dum. So it's out, and it's back over here. And I don't think it was anything in the overdrive unit back there, so I'm not going to take that off. I'm just going to leave it just like this. And that's fine, that's fine. Ooh, that's not fine. That goes right inside here. How that broke, why that broke, you know, maybe it happened during installation. I don't slam things together, and I normally I feel things that are like that. Look, I mean, you could still even see the grease that I put on these things to lube them up. Anyway, so when I took the magnet out, I did find, whoops, that's just grease. That's grease too. Anyway, there were just barely any, there was tiny little chunks, not even that big. There was a few things in there, and I thought, oh, okay, so let's take it apart and look. Yeah, I'm really upset with myself because I know it's got to be my fault. This just isn't an accident. Devil didn't do it. You know, people, oh, the devil made me do it, or the devil did it, or I'm being attacked from this or that. I don't know, maybe, but it's my responsibility to fix it, put it back together right, no matter what happens or who did it. So, there it is. This is what I found. I might have another one of those. We'll see. I'll take a look. Anyway, yeah. Not good. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with this transmission. I'm not happy. Period. Period. I'm not happy. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear about it. We're gonna do it again. Gonna do it again. That's all I got. That's all I can do. Jesus. All I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh. Have a great day. Get out, make it happen. This stuff is going to happen to you too. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. Make it happen. Get out and fix it. All right, back in the garage, making things happen. All right, where we left off was I found this busted when I took the transmission back out. So remember that little portion in one of the last videos that I said, remember that point in time? This is probably when that happened, when that little thing just wasn't quite sliding in. I didn't feel like I broke anything. It just actually just slid right in, you know, I don't know. Anyway, this did break. I don't know if it broke during initial startup or if it broke me putting it in. I didn't shove that thing in there. I didn't slam it in there. I didn't feel it being out of place, but you know, you could miss things. I don't know if you can see that right there. See how smooth that little thing is right there? Here's the new one. I had to buy a whole pack just to get this one. Okay, so in here, these things have little hooks on them. Okay, and they're supposed to hook together like this when they're on that shaft, right? See how they just barely have any grab on it? These ones are gone. This one's gone. This one was still hooked on there onto this right here. It was still, you know, in there like that when I took it apart. And there's these little pieces in there that I found. So anyway, this one doesn't have the little hook right there. So did that hook break before? And this was kind of out, you know, it was out. And then when I went to go put it in, it snapped it off or damaged it, broke it, you know, whatever. But it doesn't have the hook on that. Did it break? Maybe these two hooks were butting up on each other, and when I went to go push, you know, put the thing in, they slammed into each other and then snapped those little things off. I don't know. That's another theory. I'm just gonna chalk it up for me doing something really bad again. Anyway, I'm going to put that in, get this transmission put back together yet again. Oh man, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of stuff like this. You know? It's just dumb stuff like this that just chaps me. And it happens all the time. All the freaking time. Anyway, back to Happy Land. I'm going to get this thing put back together, and I'm not going to bore you with assembling it again on video. We've already done that, been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, and done that again and again and again. So here it is. I'll put it together, and this time it's going to work. We're going to think positive this time. It's going to work. I'm not going to have any negative thoughts. We're going to push those out aside, and this thing's going to work. I'm going to make sure that these are connected like this, like they're supposed to be. See? Like that. And they're supposed to be connected together when you put that together. So I'm going to make sure that that's that way. And I'm going to slide it in nice and gentle. Everything's going back together. Really Ginger and Marianne. Okay? So, you guys make it happen. Bye. All right. I sure hate beating a dead horse. But you see how that's still got the hook on it right there? This side has the hook busted off of it, on the bottom there. There's this little hook chunk is missing off the end of it. When I was installing this one on here, it would be impossible for me to, for this thing to come apart by itself. Almost impossible. But really, really hard for that to just come unhooked and me not notice that it was unhooked, because for me not to notice that, because it spreads out pretty good once it opens up. Also, I would have seen it. I really would have seen that before I stuck this thing in there. So I think it's just buzzard luck. Buzzard luck that one of these sides probably just came loose. Broke when I was putting it in. Just buzzard luck. It just was fatigued or whatever it was. I don't think that I broke that putting it in. I really don't. But that hook busted off of one side, let it loose, and then it hooked on something. I don't know. Let's just call it buzzard luck, all right? Not stupidity. Buzzard luck. That's what we're going with. We're going with buzzard luck. All right. Hope you guys don't have buzzard luck like I got. All right, this is my final diagnosis. Okay, I know you guys don't want to hear this again, but check this out. I was going through the my video footage, and I was looking at that part, and I didn't get a real close-up look at it, but this was expanded. It was not hooked. As far as I can see in the videos, I could see this shining, and it looked like it was expanded out of the, just a little bit more expanded than it looks like when it's together. Because when it's together, you can hardly see it on that shaft. In the videos, I can clearly see, and clear as I can see, this was shiny and it was out. So when I put the pump on, so basically that was already broken. If this was already expanded, that had already snapped off, and I just put it together broken again and then busted it up even more putting the pump on. and then when I started it, it came apart and did that. So that's the final diagnosis. This was already broken. Taking it apart, not noticing it, not busted up like this, but just that little piece on here was broke just enough so it can expand out. When I tried to slide that pump on there, it probably took this and it bound it up in there, because I do remember when I was tightening up the pump, it kind of clicked a little bit, and I thought that was unusual, but I paid no attention to it. It just kind of, when I was tightening it all down, it just went tunk just a little bit more. That had to have been when this broke. It was caught up in there a little bit, tightening the bolts down, it busted it. Starting it up didn't help it, but that's my final, it's my final offer. Okay, I'm offering you excuses or reasons or whatever you want to call it, but that's what it is. That's what I'm going with. It was my error for not checking that, because if I had gone through and read this as I was, but I didn't pull that out. I mean, I was just replacing the things that I thought were broke. So, you know, I had no reason to sit here and read through this manual, because I wasn't completely overhauling this thing. I was just replacing the pieces that, you know, I found that were worn, and that could be giving me problems. This time, that little thing was not on my radar, and when I went to go put that pump on, I broke it. Sorry. Anyway. that's at least I can sleep now knowing how that got broke, because that was just killing me, man. I wanted to know how that happened, but yeah, it was me. I didn't notice that was out a little bit farther. I didn't check to see if those hooks were hooked. If I had, that wouldn't have done that, and I wouldn't have wasted so much time putting that transmission in and having to take it all back out. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Peace. Guess what, people? Look, you don't see a tranny on the floor. Huh? No tranny there. No tranny up there. Where could it be? In the truck. Heck yeah, it's in the truck. And it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Won't shift out of first gear. Still feels like it's trying to bump into reverse, or I don't know. It's you can still feel that tug like it's trying to be into 2 gears at one time, between 7 and 20 miles an hour. Still didn't fix it, so it is what it is. It's gonna just sit out there and it's gonna rot until I feel like I want to fix it. So yep, that's the update. I wish it got running. Same as you, but it didn't. It dunted. It hates me. Anyway, like and subscribe.